me teach you two hadiths that just blew my mind. Okay, if Allah saw that this dunya is worth the wing of a mosquito, He would not let the disbelievers drink a sip of water. What? Okay, the next one. Rasulullah one day goes into a market. When he goes into a market, he sees a sheep that has an infection in his ear, and he's like, khalas, he's gone, okay? Maybe people don't know this, but when you consume an animal, it has to be alive before you so then you could eat it. You know, you have to like drain out the blood. Like that's how it is, like for it to be halal. You can't go eat an animal that's already this and it has an infection. Okay, maybe this might be common sense for some people, but whatever. So Rasulullah ﷺ sees this lamb. He asks the people around him, because they're all gathered around him, and he asks them, does anyone want to buy this for a few coins? Somebody answers and says, Ya Rasulullah, if this lamb was alive and it had just the infection, we still wouldn't buy it. You know, it's like worthless to us. So then Rasulullah ﷺ says that this dunya is even more worthless to Allah than how you perceive this lamb that's with infection and it's gone. Oh my God, subhanallah. So if your life right now in dunya is not that great, I'm gonna tell you one more thing. The people of this dunya who are poor, they will be 500 years ahead of us going into Jannah. They will enter Jannah 500 years before us. The poor people are the first people to enter Jannah. You want to know something? Actually, let me tell you guys a story. When I first moved to Urdun, we had some relatives. You know, some of them are rich, some of them are middle class, and some of them were poor. I remember, subhanallah, and I was 14 years old. I remember going into their house, and subhanallah, they were always so happy. They were always so content. And I asked my mom, I'm like, I know that they're very poor, you know, but they look very happy. And she says, contentment. She said, a person who has contentment is the richest person in the world, and that is so true. I realized, oh my God, rida, to be content with everything that Allah has written for you. Because in this dunya, if you don't have contentment, no matter how much you get, more, because you're gonna think that's gonna be your road to happiness, but it's not. Why do you look at celebrities and they have like 10 cars, 3 houses, I don't know how many vacation homes, and you're like, isn't one enough? Isn't one enough? No, not to them, because that's not giving them happiness. So they buy more and more and more. Contentment. Being happy, when you look at your bank account, whether it has $2 or it has $200. That's contentment. That's contentment. That's rida, but that's also tawakkul. I can't tell you how many times I looked at my bank account. This was before, like this was after my dad passed away, and I was struggling a little bit. And I would look at my bank account, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna make ends meet with this. But I had rida. I was content with what I had in there, and I said, Allah's gonna help me. I have no proof that Allah's gonna help me. Okay, and I know Allah. Okay, I know Allah, and I said Allah's gonna help me, and that's it. Period. And guess what happened? Allah helped me. Oh my God! If you guys want me to go like down story times of like how things were like miraculous, like how Allah helped me miraculously, I swear to God, there's one story. Whatever. If you guys want to hear, I don't want this video to be too long. Maybe next video.